Immediately after the impact, the rock vapor rises up from the crater in a dome, then spreads out in all directions across the globe. 3 hours after the impact south of Japan, the expanding wall of vaporized rock reaches the mountains of the Himalayas. The perpetual snows are instantly evaporated. Soon the wall of fire reaches the Amazon, the furthest distance from the point of impact. The forest spontaneously combusts even before the rock vapor arrives. Just 1 day after the impact, the entire planet is covered. Every living plant or creature is vaporized. It's been estimated that this vapor would cover the entire globe for almost a year. It would be as if the sun had come to Earth. The ocean would start to bubble and boil. And as the water evaporates, the oceans would drop at the rate of 5 centimeters or 2 inches every second. Even the salt deposited on the ocean floor vaporizes, and then the very bottom of the sea melts. Nothing is left untouched. One month after the impact, the surface of the world has been sterilized. The oceans have vanished. All that remains is the superheated bedrock. It is thought that an impact like this happened 6 times in the violent past of the Earth's history. If there was life, it was assumed that it too would have been wiped out, only to begin again. But now science is not so certain. Now there is the strong likelihood that life, despite the odds, has survived. But how could that be possible? With the oceans gone, where could life have found a sanctuary from the searing heat? A clue to the answer was found in salt. These salt lakes in the American Southwest are the remnants of an ancient sea. Millions of years ago, in the Permian era, the upheaval of the bedrock drained the oceans and left behind these lakes. Dr. Russell Vreeland is a microbiologist based at Westchester University. He has been studying the survival strategies of microbes and has come up with some remarkable results. His study site is a repository for nuclear waste located beside one of the lakes. The waste site is right in the middle of nearly half a mile of rock salt. Over time, this salt gradually expands, which is why it makes a good storage medium. But if nuclear waste can be locked out, traces of ancient microorganisms could be locked in. The salt crystals within these walls have lain untouched and uncontaminated since the ocean dried out millions of years before.
I want to find some areas with the pipe. Here's one here, yeah. With the...
And inside the crystals, Dr. Vreeland thought he might find traces of the microbes that lived in that long-dead ocean.
Very good example, actually, in my opinion, because we have very nice defined bands and striations. We have, and each of those represents a tiny, tiny droplet of the Permian Ocean that was trapped and has been held in that crystal for 200 million years.
To him, these crystals are as valuable as any gemstone. Inside the crystal are minute droplets of the seawater trapped within as the salt crystallized. A tiny hole was drilled so that the drop of water could be released. Perfectly shaped microorganisms named Bacillus permians were found, relics from the past. But the next finding was truly extraordinary. For 4 months, the microbes were fed with a nutrient broth. They began to divide, then multiply vigorously. After slumbering through tens of millions of years, they had come awake.
Bacterium that we found in the crystal was neither alive nor dead. It was in a state of long-term suspended animation. As a spore, it just literally could do nothing but sit and wait. Amazing part about a dormancy like that is that they don't need nutrients, they don't produce waste product, and they have the ability to just sit and wait until conditions are favorable again for survival.
Yet it seems that life did exactly that. It survived.
I find amazing is life is really tenacious. And once it came about, once it evolved, once it was on this planet, it would have taken a huge event to sterilize the planet. You would have had to heat the planet literally all over, and as deep as you possibly could, virtually melt the planet to really destroy the life.
To survive millions of years trapped in salt looks easy compared to the virtual end of the world.